Brought to you by...
As we have all learned time and time again here on this channel, there are things out there that dwell in the dark and prey upon us at our most vulnerable. Evil comes in many forms and takes many shapes, each usually more horrifying than the last. Hello friends, and welcome back for some more bite-sized reviews here on ETF. In our first little nightmare, a young woman Skyping with her long-distance boyfriend late one night realizes that an ancient evil presence may have been unleashed upon her. This film is well shot, well paced, and well edited to deliver a presentation that works incredibly overall. It uses the video chat elements to build tension well enough when combined with its dark, gorgeous lighting that illuminates just enough of what we need to see when we need to see it. The filmmakers utilize the video chat feature to maximum effect, setting up placement for characters to better interact with it, as well as the video chat itself to interact with what was going on within the apartment. For me, the protagonist's first initial interactions with the ghost of the film was pretty weak. I just didn't feel the impact of that moment the way I wanted to. The design of the ghost, however, was great. A healthy mix of very creepy, yet kept simple, and was used sparingly throughout. I felt that the performances throughout were very good, though at moments I wish they were a little bit stronger. The concept is one that has been seen many times before, but did work well in this case. I have to give Wicken a B+. I kept this one short and sweet because there wasn't a lot to say about the film. It was a quick watch that I do think was worth the time. So if spooky little terror tales are up your alley, I can definitely recommend this one. Next up, shot with tremendous beauty, utilizing a highly striking color grade and sweeping fluid cinematography, we discover that life is hard for Emma without the love of her life, John. But after installing a new antique door and not being able to open it, she starts hearing knocks coming from the other side. Could this possibly be the spirit of Emma's lover? Our main character's emotional backstory lies at the center of this narrative, and is set up well, without being incredibly heavy-handed. The entire film feels like an expensive, studio-quality production, from its performances to its cinematic style. It uses some horrific imagery that the filmmakers allow to be lost in the depth of field, and only adds to the unsettling nature of the moment. The sound work throughout is high grade. There's an extreme attention to detail that helps build a strong atmosphere within the house itself. The performance by the lead here was pitch perfect, conveying the shattered emotional trauma of loss perfectly, even though the narrative was so simple and confined. The creature design was eerie and kept brief, and out of focus, which I feel helped sell it that much harder. It gives us just enough detail to make it work and keep things utterly creepy. I'm giving There Comes a Knocking an A+. This is one of those prime examples that simplicity is key. You don't always need to throw tons of money at a production to create something high in quality. Now, I don't know what the budget of this one was, but goddamn does it look and feel sick as fuck. And finally, to cap off this one, with a simple story of a woman who is being followed home, unaware of the kind of thing that stalks her. A third murder has taken place in her town, and what is a simple trip to the shops might just be her doom. We open with a woman walking home from the store at night, The entire film is shot handheld, giving the opening moments a bit of a voyeuristic feeling, which plays into the idea of her being followed home by a mysterious figure. The lighting throughout the film feels very natural, as if they only use the existing sources, which plunges a lot of each frame into darkness, which I guess is pretty good for the tension of not knowing whether or not something could be hiding in the shadows. However, this is a film that builds to no real payoff. We get this idea that she's being followed home, and then we do see that she goes outside at one point and leaves her door open, and then we see a figure pass by her door inside the house. But when she goes back in, the film just ends. There's no scream, no attack, nothing. It leaves you in this cliffhanger moment, which is okay to some degree. I somewhat like it, but I wish that the story had been more built out leading up to that moment. What we have here is short-lived and ultimately empty. Maybe this one was limited by the budget or the acting. Who can say, other than the filmmaker? This was made during the national lockdown in England, and it was the director's first film. So I honestly can forgive it for being so limited. You do what you can to stay creative when you are forced to stay isolated. I'm gonna give Open Door a C+. But there you have it. Another few short films that you can find floating around on YouTube. Each one has some cool ideas, and despite limitations, they were well executed. If you have some time to kill on a dark night, I definitely recommend checking them out. But that's going to wrap up another episode of Bite Size Reviews. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. Every little bit helps this channel grow, and we are working on some really fun, exclusive content just for our supporters. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.